Alright, so we're going to go through some of the steps that we need to create a LED strip lighting setup. So I've got my pieces cut already. So 2-meter pieces. Each one we can cut along the buttons here. So just with a pair of scissors we've snipped it. I've got 6 2-meter sections, or rather 5 2-meter sections and 2 1-meter sections, which we're going to join together, and we'll show that a little. So first thing we want to do is prepare some lead wires. So this is just 18 2-gauge wire, simple black white or black red. So first thing we're going to do is you want it to be long enough that you can work with, but not so long that it's going to be in the way. Don't really need to measure too carefully. It's about 6 inches. So good pair of stripping pliers, got your scissors and your cutting at the same point. So we're just going to make some of these. Alright, so now they're all stripped. Now we've got to play with our strip lighting. First, because this particular one has silicone on it, in order to attach new leads, we're going to have to peel some off. So what we're going to do is, because we want to keep the LEDs protected, but we want the silicone off the edge of the buttons here. So what we're going to do, take our little X-Acto knife, you want to cut just at the edge of the buttons. Don't press too hard because you don't want to go through the back. Bend it open, it should split, and then you just peel it off. And when you peel off silicone, you do need to make sure that you remove all the extra parts, otherwise the solder won't stick very well. So, now we've got many more ends to do. Alright, so now that all of our ends are cut, we're going to move over on to the next step, which is our soldering. Alright, so now we're at our soldering station. We want a pencil edge solder and leaded solder. So first thing we're going to do is tin all of our wires so that they're easier to stick onto our strips. Right, so now that we have all of our wires tinned, we can attach them onto our strips that we prepared. Now this particular strip has solder already on its buttons. Not all of them do. If it doesn't, you'll need to do the same process I just did on the wires on your strip as well. So let's get attaching. Now, you will want to watch that your strip has a positive side and a negative side. You'll always want to make sure that you try to stay consistent with your coloring, or if you're preparing it for someone else, that the red is on the positive and the black is on the negative, so that someone can easily wire it. Now we're going to do something a little different. Like I said before, I've got 2 shorter pieces that I need to make into one long piece. This is a question I get asked a lot. Can I attach my strips together? The answer is, of course. So, on it, I've stripped both ends that I want to attach together. Now what I want to do is the one that's going to be on top, I need to peel off his sticky back so that I expose the copper underneath. This way, it will make a better connection. So, you'll be my top one. Now, what you want to watch on these is, again, you want to make sure your positive is to your positive and your negative is to your negative. Sometimes that requires you to attach a different end to it, but always make sure, otherwise only one half of it is going to light. This allows us to add solder on top to attach them together. You want to try to make it as straight as possible so that it's not as noticeable that you've attached 2 together. So now that everything is done being soldered, we're going to move over to the table and we're going to lay our finished strips inside some channels so that they're fully protected. All right, so you're going to take your strip and lay it into the channel. Put that in. It's time to peel and stick. Take off the back of our sticky. There we go. Press down it to go. We have our LED strip mounted inside of our channel. Now it's time to add the lens. So in this case, we're going to use a semi-transparent lens. It's probably the most popular one on the market. It kind of makes a really beautiful stained glass appearance. So this is a snap down one. So we'll line it up. Line it up at the ends. Now we're going to attach our wires to our power. So, okay, and now this just needs to go in. And there we have it. Our lights. Super thin, easy to mount, very bright. That's all there is to it. Easy enough to do, easy to put everywhere.